YouTube, what is good? It is your boy Stimmy2 back at you again today with another Apex Legends video. And in today's video, guys, some of the legends in Season 18 got buffed and nerfed, so it's time to do an updated tier list. And guys, I have experience with all the legends and a decent bit of experience with all the legends, so I have a pretty good opinion about which legends are where. So if you guys do enjoy my choices, or maybe if you don't, I would really like to hear about it in the comments below. And also, could you guys possibly leave a like and a subscribe, as we are on the road to 800 subs. And I just wanted to let y'all know I really appreciate all y'all's support, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Alright, y'all, let's get straight into this tier list. So I am going to start with Ashe, and I am going to put Ashe in C tier. Ashe just isn't really like the greatest legend. She is basically the definition of mid. I mean, she's kind of like a less useful Wraith, if that makes sense. But she does have her uses here and there, so I don't think I'm going to drop her any lower than that. But I think C tier is a pretty solid spot for her. Next, we have Ballistic. And Ballistic just is okay. I mean, he's not like the greatest. He's like more useful for ranked, but even then there's a lot better legends. So I think I'm going to put Ballistic in C tier. He just isn't really all that either. Bangalore, that's really easy. Bangalore is obviously easily S tier and has been for a while. I mean, there's not really games that you play anymore where Bangalore isn't at least in there and on one team. I mean, she just covers all bases. Bangalore is it. Next, we got Bloodhound. And right now, Bloodhound is actually a lot more useful because of Bangalore, because of the smoke meta, so you can just kind of scan and see people through smokes. But on his own, we have to remember that he's not the greatest legend anymore. Great beginner legend still, but just kind of middle of the pack, a little bit above average, I would say. So B tier is a solid spot for him. Next, we got another S tier legend, and that would be Catalyst. That is another legend that you're going to see in about every game you play. Catalyst is so useful, perfect offensive and defensive legend, kind of covers all bases like Bangalore, and she's just really good. And if you haven't played Catalyst this season, I would highly recommend it. Next, we got Caustic. I think I'm gonna put Caustic in price. I'm gonna go ahead and put Caustic B tier. He's kind of just like a worse Catalyst, if that makes sense. He just is really only effective indoors, whereas Catalyst is effective both indoors and outdoors. So I think that's where I'm gonna put Caustic. Hopefully he gets a little bit more love soon. Crypto next. I think I'm gonna put Crypto probably in C tier as well. He can be very good, but not everyone can be good with Crypto, if that makes sense. He's got a very high skill ceiling, but not many people can actually take full potential of this kit and not make yourself look stupid with Crypto. So shout out to all the Crypto mains out there that can make him look good, but just for the general populace, I think probably C tier is a good spot for him. Next, we have Fuse. And I think I'm gonna put Fuse probably in A tier. I've seen Fuse a lot more this season, and he's very useful, but a lot of people don't really use him right. You're gonna wanna not like lead with your tacticals, but more so use it as support. So just for the simple fact that I feel like a lot of people don't know how to use him correctly, I'm not going to put him S tier, but I feel like A tier is a good spot because he is extremely effective and extremely lethal. Next, we got Gibby, and I'm going to put Gibby in A tier. His abilities are really good, and they always have been. It's just people don't really use him as much anymore. And I don't know why, because he's just an amazing support legend, and he has a lot of abilities that are crucial for battle, especially like his bubble. That's an amazing tactical, and if you run into a good bubble fighter, you're gonna get screwed over. So yeah, I think Gibby's just gonna stay A tier. Next, we have Horizon, and I'm going to put Horizon in A tier. She used to be S tier, but after the nerf, she is just a little bit less effective, so I think I'm going to have to drop her a tier, but she didn't really drop that much, and she's still crazy effective, especially if you've been using her for a while. So all you Horizon mains out there, don't worry too much, you're still going to be able to shred. Next is Lifeline, and Lifeline just isn't it. There's been a lot of leaks recently hinting towards a possible rework for her, so hopefully that happens soon, because that would be really nice. And she's just isn't really the best support legend anymore. I mean, like, why use Lifeline over Newcastle or Loba? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't really make any sense. So I think C tier is a solid spot for her, and hopefully that rework comes soon. And next we have Loba, and this is really hard for me to not put Loba S tier. I really think that she should be, but on the same end, I just don't think she's as useful as the two legends in S tier at the moment. But that does not mean that she cannot be S tier. Like, I wouldn't blame you if you put her there. I think she's S tier for ranked and just solo queuing, but just overall, I feel like she just, I don't know. There's just something not there for me to put her S tier. I can't quite put my finger on it, so I think I'm just going to put her A for now. Next, we have Mad Maggie, and Mad Maggie is literally amazing, guys. She's so underrated. If you haven't used her and you're a fragger, I would 100% recommend that, or if you just aren't familiar with her kit, definitely try to be, because she's insanely useful in ranked, and especially just the game overall. And again, just a really sleeper, underrated pick. Next is Mirage, and honestly, guys, I think this is really tough. I'm gonna put Mirage B tier, because I feel like Mirage is better than Lifeline, especially if you know how to use him and actually take advantage of his kit. I would put him C tier, but I don't know. I've been playing with him recently, and it's just kind of making me realize that a lot of people don't understand his kit. So I think I'm going to put Mirage B tier, but I could see C tier as well. Next, we got Newcastle, and Newcastle is absolutely an S tier legend for me. He's just so useful for like any situation you can think of, and he just kind of simplifies the game a lot. I know his skill ceiling is very high, and it takes the right player to know how to use him to take full advantage of his kit, but man, when you find a good Newcastle, it is just absolutely ridiculous, especially in ranked. He's just so good. So many people sleep on him for no reason. I just really wish they would stop sleeping on Newcastle. Next is Octane, and I think I'm gonna put Octane in B tier. He's definitely better than all four of these legends right here, but he's just not very like well around. Like, he just doesn't have any team utility for me to put him any higher. It just wouldn't make any sense. Great solo queue legend, but he's just not team oriented. So I think B tier is a good spot for him. Next, we have my main, Pathfinder. I would love to put him S tier, but I just have to put him A tier. I think for sure that he has potential to be S tier, but I just have to be honest with myself and just realize that he's most likely not as useful as the top 3 legends. So that's where I kind of got to be realistic. But Pathfinder, still an amazing legend, still has so many uses, and is just going to lead you to victory 9 times out of 10. Next, we got Rampart, and I'm going to put Rampart probably B, because she's a great defensive legend and sometimes offensive, but she takes a lot of time to set up, and once you do though, she's very deadly, but it just takes the right person to use her kit and make full potential of her. But again, don't let that shy you away from at least trying her to see if you enjoy playing her kit. But I think B tier is going to be a solid spot for her. Next, we got Revenant, and I think I'm gonna put Revenant S tier. He's just the ultimate killing machine. He really is. I mean, the ult is just absolutely ridiculous. You're getting your shield regenerated off of assists and knocks. So you got to remember, you get an extra 75 shield on top of whatever shield you have already. And the fact that it can regenerate, and you have the movement capabilities. I mean, you just got to think, guys. He's almost got it all. He just doesn't have the greatest team utility, but honestly, I feel like his abilities on their own just cancel that out. So I feel like really good putting Revenant S tier. Next, we got Seer. Seer got heavily nerfed, thank the Lord. I just, you never see him picked anymore, and honestly, for great reason. I really hope we don't see Seer for the longest time possible. He's just extremely annoying and just doesn't have the best uses anymore. So yeah, there's Seer. Next, we got Valkyrie, and I think I'm going to put Valkyrie in B tier. With the addition of evac towers, her ultimate is just very outclassed and doesn't really do anything. Like, my point is, why use Valkyrie when you can use evac towers and have a different legend that does more? Her tactical is underwhelming, but I don't think she's worse than the legends in C tier or F tier, so I feel comfortable putting Valkyrie in B. Next, we got Vantage, and guys, I want to put Vantage in A, but I don't know. I just think I'm gonna put her in B for now. Although I do think she's extremely underrated and her kit is awesome, she's just, I don't know. I feel like one of the things about her is her skill ceiling is pretty high too, so not a lot of people understand how to use her effectively. But man oh man, and ranked is she awesome. She will just do a lot of things for you, but you have to learn how to use her kit correctly. So I think Vantage at B tier is a good spot. Next, we got Watson, and I'm going to put Watson in B tier as well. Great defensive legend, but that's about it. She's got her uses in her kit, and some really good Watsons will impress you, but I don't know. She just is kind of mid, just doesn't do it all like the other control legends do. So I think it's a fair pick and a fair placing for Watson. And next I have Wraith, and also the final legend, and I'm gonna put her in A tier. I don't really see Wraith ever really dipping off of A tier for as long as Apex Legends exists, so I think that's always a safe placement. We all know about Wraith at this point and what she can do, and she's just a great legend to use. Alright y'all, thank you for watching.